Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to see how to configure backup server in server 2012 R2. Okay, so before doing any settings or doing any configuration for backup server, you need to install role or feature roles or features that are related to backup server. As I told you in the previous video, in server 2012 R2, if you want to configure anything or if you want to make anything, like if you want to make a print server, you want to make a DHCP server, you need to install either role or features that are related to your requirement. So currently we need to configure the backup server. So for that there is no role, but we need to install feature. Okay, so let's see how to install that feature. Go to go to manage, add roles and features, then go to next, then role based installation, keep it default, next, next. Now here, see at the left hand side server roles. As I told you, there is no related role associated with backup server. You can check here. So it is not included in role. We need to include features. Till now we have used roles only, but for this we need to install the feature. Okay, go to features, and in feature, as I told you in previous video, you have to check what is the name related with it. For example, we need to configure backup server, so there would be some features with name backup. Okay, let's check that. See here, Windows Server Backup. Okay, click on that, click next, then click install. It will take a few minutes for installation of Windows Server Backup. Now it is showing that installation succeeded on server 2012 R2, our DC machine, domain controller machine. Close. Now to configure the backup server, you need to go to tools and see at the last we are having Windows Server Backup. Click on that. Let me expand the left portion a little bit. Okay, so here is a Windows server. You have to have a local backup. So currently, as you can see, no backup has been configured. So let us configure one backup. So let us configure backup by clicking on backup schedule. See, there are two ways to take the backup. One is you can schedule the backup in big organizations like Microsoft, Google. What they do, they schedule the backup every week or every day. And usually they schedule the backup at night. Okay. Why at night? Because number of employees working at night are less. Okay. So usually the backup is scheduled at night. So click on next. See, there are two options. Either you can go for full backup or you can go custom backup. For the time being, I am going for full backup. Backup size is 9 GB. Click next. Now it is showing how you need to run the backup once in a day. Okay, more than once in a day. For the timing, I am going for once in a day. As I told, usually the backup is done at night. So 21, 22, these all night. Let us take the last one, 23, 30. Okay. Okay. You can select the time any time you want. Click on next. Now the destination it is asking. Okay, so there are three destinations you can give. One is backup to the hard disk, that is dedicated for backup. Choose this option for the safest. This is the recommended one. Okay, you can backup to some volume also. You can backup to shared network folder also. Right now I am putting the recommended one. Click on next. Now see here, student, I was knowing this So I allowed the video to continue till this error. 99% student will face problem here. Right now we are going to back up on a dedicated hard disk. Okay, but what is the problem? See what is the error here. No disks are available for use in backup. This can happen when all the disk attached to the computer contains volume with operating system or application data attached an empty disk to use as a backup storage destination. Why this error is there? Because in our server 2012 R2, if you are following me from my first video of the playlist network management and administration, you will also face this problem because we have installed server 2012 R2 with only one volume, that is C drive. I will show you. See how you can check here. You can go to here, click on this PC. See, we are having only one drive, C drive with 80 GB. If you remember, we have created only one hard disk drive, that is C drive with 80 GB. Now the server is giving the error. You don't have any other drive to take backup. Suppose you are going to take backup of 10 GB. Where you will put this 10 GB? You cannot put this 10 GB here on your operating system machine, operating system hard disk. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to create one more volume. For that, we have to do change settings in our virtual box. So right now, we have to switch off this machine, server 2012. So let me log off that machine, server 2012. Let me shut down that, and then we will go to virtual box setting and add the hard disk. Okay, so here we are at, see, both are powered off. It should be powered off. So let's go to, you have to go to right click, settings, then here you have to go to storage, then store, you have to click here. See, it shows adds hard disk. Okay, then after that, create VDI, keep it as it is by default. Next, dynamic accelerated, next. Okay, as you have seen that we are having only 10 GB for our backup. So I am putting 15 GB as my hard disk, new hard disk size. And let me type the name of the hard disk this time, backup. Now see here students, still it is not showing here. This is because you have to double click on the new created volume. Okay, so let's go to there. See here, only attached are these two, not attached are this. We have created this volume, backup volume. So double click that. Now it is showing here. See here, backup volume dot VDI. Okay, then click on OK. Now let us start our machine, server 2012 R2 machine. Now when you check the server 2012 R2 machine, still it will not show that volume near our C drive, because we need to do some more settings in server 2012 R2 machine so that it can show that volume. Okay, so let us see what are those settings. Let our virtual machine start. Okay, the machine has started. Okay, let me show you that it is not showing here. Let us close the server manager. See, right click this PC, see here. Still it is not showing. Only C drive is shown. Okay, so to make that volume appear, what you have to do, open server manager, click here. Okay, go to tools, then computer management, then go to disk management. Now see here, automatically when you click on disk management, server 2012 R2, our computer management has detected that some new volume has been created. Okay, so click on OK. Now see here, our new volume is here, 15 GB, we have created this. Still it is unallocated. So right click on it and select new simple volume. Next. Click on next. Now see, it is showing that what drive letter we want. It will automatically take the next available drive letter. See here, we are having C drive and D drive. So the next available is E, but you can change here. Okay, so I am putting it default one. Click on next. Click on next. Finish. Now see, it has been turned to blue. Okay, it should be turned to blue. Then only it is available in your near to C drive. See, now let us check. See here, students. Now the E drive is available. You can rename that as backup drive. Okay, or you can say backup volume. Click OK. Now it has been renamed to backup drive. Now you will be able to create backup. Okay, before that you will not be able to complete that practical. So let us continue with that. Let us go to tools, then Windows Server Backup. I will go a bit faster this time. Select right click, let that backup, still there is no backup. So right click on that, backup, schedule backup, next, full server backup. Then I give the time default, fine. Next, then see here, you have to make sure that it is selected this only, recommended one. Okay. Next, see previously when we clicked on next, it had given us error. Now this time it will not give error. Click on next. See, it is showing the show. You have to click on show all available disks. See here, we have created the 15 GB. So click on that. Click on OK. Select that. Click next. You have included the item. Okay, that is fine. Click on OK. Click on yes. Now all the backup that we are going to do will be stored on our backup volume. Okay, so click on finish. So it is creating the backup schedule that we have given, and click on close. So as you have seen, you got the message when your new backup will be created. Okay, this was the first type of backup that you are scheduling the backup. Let us now do it backup on demand. Okay, you can do it backup on demand also. So click on next. Now see, it is showing what backup you need to take. Okay, let us select backup, the default one, full backup. This is the second type of backup. Then I will show you if you have, suppose you have deleted the file, it is taking the backup. See here, it is taking the backup of the C drive. 2 GB has already been taken. 7 GB is there, so it will take time. You can see here the backup is going on right now. Previously, in the previous step, what we have did, we have scheduled the backup. Right now, what we are doing, we are taking the backup instantly, right now only. Okay, so let that complete. %85% is completed. So you can see the message, the backup that we have created right now is completed. It has taken the backup of 7.68 GB. Close. See here, you will get the message also, backup successfully completed. This is a backup that we created right now. Okay, we have another backup that is scheduled. It will happen on the scheduled time. Now I will show you one thing. Suppose you delete some file from the C drive. Let us delete some file from the C drive. We have created one file that is shared with student. Let us delete that. Shared with student is deleted. Click on shift delete. Okay. Now see, we have deleted this file. But suppose if this file contains some very important data, then what we will do? If you have not scheduled, if you have not taken the backup, you will not able to recover that file. But we have already taken the backup. So what we will do? We will try to recover this file. This is a practical application of this practical configuring the backup server. See, right now we have deleted it. Okay. Now let us try to take backup. For taking the backup, you have to click on this recover. Let me expand it a bit. Click on recover. So we are recovering this server. Yes. Click on next. So select the backup type. So we have taken the backup right now only. So select the date. Suppose you have taken backup yesterday, then you have to select 25 March. Today is 26 March. Keep it as it is. Now see, it is asking me what you want to recover. A specific file, specific volume. We want to recover the specific folder. So click on next. C drive. See, we want to recover this shared with students. Okay. So click on that. Suppose you have deleted the shared with staff, then you can recover that also. Right now I have deleted this. So shared with student. I am selecting it. Then next. Original location. Let me give it to another location this time. Okay. Another location is, see, I will show you just a minute that we don't have that file. Okay. See, we don't have that file. Okay. What I will do, I will give here restored files. Okay. I can recover here also, but just to show, I will create a new folder. See, right now there is nothing in restored files. So we will restore there. Okay. So go to this PC, then C drive, then restored file. Okay. Then click on next. Click on recover. Now it is recovering the backup. See students, in organizations, this is the actual implementation. This is what they are also doing. Okay. Click on close. We have successfully recovered the file. See here, it is showing the message. So let us close all this and check whether our file is recovered or not. So the file is here. See here. We were having a file called student file in our shared with student folder, if you remember. So we have successfully recovered the file within that folder. Fine. So if you are having 100 files, notepad file, then all the 100 file will be recovered. So this is how backup server works. I showed you how to configure the backup server. I showed you the practical application of using this backup server restore function. Okay. I hope student you have understood everything in this video. Please share this video with all the students so they can also get benefit of my channel. Thank you. We will see in next video.